This lesson is actually written by Pope Francis. Politics serves the people, not the other way around. The hyperbole and hypocrisy are cranking up in Washington, D.C. and other capitals of countries and states as the individuals slip into their passions and then slip into fifth degree for lying. The one question all must ask. I think of the political history of the United States, where democracy is deeply rooted in the minds and hearts of the American people. All political activity must serve and promote the good of each human person and be based on respect for his or her dignity. A direct quote: "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all persons are created equal, that they are endowed by the Creator with certain inalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." That comes from the Declaration of Independence for these United States of the new country, America, 1775. If politics must truly be at the service of the human persons, it follows that it cannot be a slave to the economy and finances. Politics is, instead, an expression of our compelling need to live as one, in order to build as one the greatest common good, that of a community which sacrifices particular interests in order to share in justice and peace its good, its interest, its social life. I do not underestimate the difficulty that this involves, but how you encourage others in this effort. What I must say about that is that back when the Declaration of Independence was written, you were not a person if you were female. We were not counted as human persons until 1920 in the United States, 1928 in Great Britain. Even though the Queen herself, a female ruler, was in charge of all the Commonwealth and the kingdoms. For over 142 years prior to that time, Elizabeth I and Victoria I, they were not counted as human. They had to be made alternative humans in the laws, to be allowed to rule, to be allowed to sign laws, to be allowed to make suggestions to their prime ministers. Elizabeth II was glad that that had been taken care of prior to her coming to the seat. In these United States, blacks were humans before women were. Ironic that Barack Obama was president before any woman would ever be allowed that seat. For blacks, though they are distrusted and they're hated by so very many, women are hated far more. So when you think of politics, think of women's slavery. For those who still wish abortion to be illegal, those men, they wish to continue the slavery of women. They wish the women to be owned by the man and have no rights whatsoever. So when you talk about the inalienable rights, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that is just for men and not for me. I would be the first one clapped in chains. I would be the first one slapped stupid. Because I have a mind and I know how to use it. And the first thing men want to remove from this earth is intelligent women. Because we scare the bejesus out of every single man that walks this earth. But until that time, I wish you all peace. We will be having Lent starting next week. Please, between now and then, use all of your intelligence. If you're doing a fat weekend, a Mardi Gras weekend, or just a fat Tuesday, be careful, please. Even though others may not be wearing masks. As a public health doctor, I tell you, wear your masks. Because while you're becoming less and less cogent and more under the influence of this, that, and the other thing, whether it be sugar or not, you're still under the influence of it. And you're attending less and less to your hygiene, to your breathing, and to whom you are standing next to. COVID will get a substantial bump in the next 10 days. Mark my words and watch the numbers. We can only pray to God and ask Him to forget those people who are less than careful with their habits. My Sunday lesson speaks unto that, with a little bit of humour thrown in too. Have a safe week. I'll talk to you tomorrow.